time is now, now or never, I can't look back. It's mine forever, the record is stacked. It's like the Letterman team on my back. The time is now, now or never, I'm making it count. Counting the times they counted me out. Straight out the mud, I'm making it out. I gotta get it, the time is now. Sheesh.
Check.
Check. We good?
Gotta do Mike, man.
Hey,
gotta do Mike.
You're killing it. You actually do sound a little bit better, and I mean that with all the respect in the world.
I appreciate that. You still sound like Chili, but
see,
yeah,
which is some goated sound apparently.
Dude, real quick, we're gonna get to our guest here in just a second. Crazy story tonight with the D-backs. Ketel Marte.
What is going on? Talk to your boy. What's going on with Ketel?
Ketel Marte.
Do tell.
No showed the game today. All right, no showed the game. Didn't show up for work. Here's what we know tonight. He's dealing with a personal matter. We're recording this Monday night. He's dealing with a personal matter, and the team either knows what the personal matter is and they're not saying, or they don't know what the personal matter is just yet. Manager Torey Lovullo just spoke on the broadcast. He does not know, as of Monday night, 8 o'clock, if Ketel is still in the city of Boston. Crazy, right? He knows Marte is okay. He's not worried, and they tried to talk like before the game, a little bit in the morning and in the afternoon, and very little was coming back.
That's
it's crazy.
Insane.
So they put him on the put him on the restricted list, which means a player is unable to play because of like a personal, non-baseball or legal reason, right? He was supposed to DH in the game. Heck, he was supposed to be there. And he just wasn't. He arrived with the team in Boston, didn't show up to Fenway Park. There was still hope that he would show up right before the game. Didn't happen. They didn't announce the lineup change until like 10 to 15 minutes before the game, which in baseball years, that's like saying, hey, wait, 3, 2, you're about to say 1 and hit launch, and you say, hold up. That's pretty late in baseball terms. No reason yet given for the absence. Like I said, we know Marte is physically okay. He was posting on Instagram. He had an Instagram story a few hours before the game. So,
hey, listen.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Me and you are both good humans. Before we get to our first amazing guest, which I will introduce in a second here, one thing I do want to ask. We hope that everything's all good with Ketel and whoever is in his near circle and stuff. But the ongoing Ketel saga with the D-backs, like where does this play? How does this factor in? What is your projection, Cam?
Yeah.
Your personal, professional projection on what takes place, what transpires next.
Well, Chili, listen, Torey Lovullo was asked about that. Where do they go from here? He said, I don't know. And I'm going to say that I don't know either. This happened last year before the All-Star break. Whether the D-backs want to admit this or not, he no-showed that first game back after the All-Star break because he went on a trip in the Dominican Republic. John Gambadoro of Arizona Sports is reporting that the D-backs tried to call him. Marte did not answer those calls until they threatened to suspend him. That absence, by the way, after the All-Star break was not planned, not approved, and had nothing to do with his house getting broken into at all either. And so he's been criticized in the past for taking days off and doing different things. I will say, I hope Ketel is okay. I hope this personal matter is nothing tragic or anything like that.
For sure.
The flip side to that is, though, Chili, you got to be an adult and you got to let people know.
Man, I will say,
you just listen. That's part of it. That's part of it. And
Cam's
like you don't got to tell everybody, but there are people, especially in the sports world, that depend on you. And when you're dependent on, like, there's other responsibilities that are involved. And so, yes, you could be dealing with something, but that doesn't lessen that people depend on you for something else. And so I think people are very understanding when somebody's going through something, especially in today's day and age. It's a great thing, but you gotta communicate. And in today's day and age, there's no excuse in my eyes not to communicate.
Listen, Cam, I know you're going to hate me for saying this and you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe you said this. That baseball season's really long. Like, listen, if you need some time off, Ketel, it's all good. Like, you're the guy for the D-backs. We all know that. So, like,
it's not good.
If it's too much, like, listen, sometimes, sometimes the world closes in on you. Sometimes it becomes too much. And Ketel, I'm with you. Ketel, Cattell, my dog, I'm with you. And if you want to jump on the show, dropping dimes to, air whatever it is that you got to air and get some support, your boy Chili's here for you. I'm here for you like a brother. I am. So, I just want to show some support to our athletes out there that are doing it like as much as they can, whenever they can, for the city, for the community.
So just curious, what about the other athletes today that depended on him to do it for the community?
I support them too. Hey,
but they didn't get the support from their teammate who was supposed to be there at work.
Jump on the show. He can jump on the show.
Hold on, no. I'm just asking.
I'm here for all of them.
What if you showed up for this show tonight and I just didn't call you and tell you, hey man, I can't do it? I feel like
that's happened before.
It has not happened before. It has not happened before. It has not happened before. I forgot to hit record once, but it has not happened before. So now maybe last minute changes like, hey man, I can't make it. I got to do this. I almost couldn't make it tonight. We got to go tonight. But there are times like I've hit you close to showtime because like, hey man, schedule's changing. But like if I'm going on the road, I'm like, hey, I got to do it this time.
No, we haven't. Communication's always been great. Communication's always been great between QB2 and QB1.
Yeah.
So
speaking QB2, okay.
So speaking of which, I got to introduce our guest, our super special guest, of which I'm so excited because we need a dual threat quarterback in the crew because I feel like neither one of us is really that. I got to introduce my guy, CFL, NFL fame, Chris Streveler, who's also doing some, coaching for some high school kids with his Ground Up Academy, him and Trey Anderson's Ground Up Academy. Chris, what's going on?
What's going on, guys, man? Coming in hot. I love it. Let's go.
Coming in hot, man. You know what, Chris? Chili, man, I'm sorry he bugged you on a Monday. I know you're trying to enjoy your week, get some work done, and Chili's just bothering you on a Monday. How's it going?
You know what? Hey,
don't throw him under the bus. You're bothering me too.
That's true. That's true. That's
my guy. He's officially been elevated to QB1.
Yeah,
Cam, you're QB2. I'm QB3 now.
There we go.
Put Cam on the bench. I'm up.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I couldn't throw anyways, Chris. I couldn't throw anyways. Chris, it's good to talk to you, man. Listen, we're excited to get you in here this Sunday and break down some film. And I got a whiteboard that I just put together. It's right over there for you.
Let's go.
We're going to have some fun, man. So fired up to kind of just get a chance, a few minutes with you tonight. Hey, how's life? What's new? Where can people catch you these days?
Yeah, I mean, life's been busy, man. Life's been great. Been doing a ton of social media stuff on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, getting super active on YouTube as well with my CFL breakdowns, things like that. So find me on all social media platforms. You search my name, I'll be there. But yeah, man, looking forward to chopping it up with you here on Sunday. I'm really looking forward to that.
Man, hey, Chris, I'm curious, some of the differences in the CFL and the American game, can you run us through some of those things besides like the bigger field and the bigger balloon ball?
Yeah, the bigger balloon ball. Yeah, they've also got the stripe all the way around it. So I always tell guys, hey, you can throw the CFL ball, but if it's not spinning, you're going to get exposed.
You're going to get
stripe all the way. It's going to let you know. But no, besides the obvious, you got 12 guys on offense and 12 guys on defense, which schematically as a quarterback, that changes a little bit of things, right? Understanding where to put your eyes pre and post snap is a little bit different. People can waggle, motion towards the line of scrimmage. So with that, the game is much more dynamic. You can start, let's say, a 4-by-1 formation. You can end up in a 2-by-3. So again, understanding where to put your eyes, some of those keys is very important. Then there's some clock things at the end of game where inside of 3 minutes, the clock will stop after every play and reset as if it was a first down in college. So because of that, there's much more opportunities for comebacks at the end of games. It's not like you're just up 10 points, 4 minutes left. You can just sit on the ball. It's not like that at all. 3 downs. I could go on and on, but ultimately at the end of the day, I've been using a lot of my platform to educate people about the Canadian game. Not only is it a very exciting game, there's a ton of really talented players up there, and I just feel passionately about promoting those guys in the game up north.
How long did it take you to adapt and adjust to all that, like on the fly, like in the moment and things like that? Like I know you're a high level athlete, and so you're gonna say really really fast, but like the reality, like how long did it take you to do all that?
Well, it happened fast for me because I was thrown in the deep end. So a little bit about my background was when I got up to the CFL, I was competing for the third string job, and the backup quarterback retires the first day of camp. So the backup spot's all of a sudden open. Well, we're going through camp. I'm having some success. I have a great first preseason game. The last practice of fall camp before we start the season, the starter tears his meniscus in his knee. So now the starting job's open. So I ended up starting the first 3 games of my career in that league, which hadn't happened. This is 2018. That hadn't happened since like 1994. because it is very rare. So I was kind of thrown in the deep end of the pool, and I vividly remember the first game is the first half, and the clock stops with 3 minutes left. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, oh, 3-minute warning. I'm like, I literally, I didn't even know that.
Hey, coach, you didn't tell me that in the headset? Like,
coach, what's going on?
What's going on?
So, because of that, because of getting thrown in and having to play early, I did adjust quickly. But I will say this, when I came to the CFL, it actually took me longer to adjust to that game than it did coming down to the NFL. I had played American ball my whole life growing up, so recognizing defenses, the game's a little bit more stagnant, so it was easy for me to read defenses. It was actually more of a learning process to go up to Canada and learn how to read those defenses.
Oh, Chris. So, right, you started your pro career, started in Canada, then the NFL, then you finished in Canada, right?
That's right. That's right. Did a down back, however you want to say that.
How you want to say it. Do you ever, what do you brag more about, your Grey Cup championship in 2019 or the fact that you led the CFL in rushing touchdowns? Is that right? 2 years.
I think that happened once or twice. I'm not sure, but I'm not much of a bragger, but I do get asked a lot about where the fur coat is. I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures of the celebration. That's right. Yeah. So I get asked about that quite a lot. And, it's funny, man. It's become like a Halloween costume. People in Canada like dress up like me. They go to games looking like me. I had no idea it was going to take on that type of life of its own that it did. But hey, I'm embracing it.
If I find a fur coat, I'll rock it on Halloween.
Maybe we'll do it one of these days on the news.
You still got it? Is it in the closet?
It's funny story about that. It's actually my ex-girlfriend's mother's coat, so she's got that at her house. But you know what? We can piece something together, man.
Okay,
no problem.
all right. Okay, yeah.
I got family in Canada. I told them that I was doing this interview with Chris Streveler. They were like, "Oh my God!" It was like talking to like Tom Brady. So I seriously want to put that. I swear, I seriously want to put that out there. And I've seen you do your quarterback training a little bit here in the Valley with some of these high school kids. Chris, let me tell you something, man. I've been watching quarterback training go on for, I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood of at least 12 years here in the Valley. Chris, the way you are able to simplify things, communicate them, and teach them, I have to tell you, I was absolutely stunned that you didn't have like quote unquote coaching experience previously. I was fascinated.
Ball knows ball.
Where did that come from? Because I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of pros that can't step into a quarterback training session and actually simplify it for the kids to let them know this is why. This is why I'm telling you to do it like this. This is why I want you to clean this up.
Yeah, no, well, first of all, I really appreciate that. I'm sitting here with two Arizona legends, so any compliments coming from you guys really, really means a lot. So thank you. It's something I've had a lot of good coaches in my life, and I try to take bits and pieces, and I try to think about the areas where I may have struggled or may have had questions, and how can I simplify that for somebody else? My whole goal as a coach is how can I help people reach their potential as a player? And how can I help you be better than I was, man? If I can help you go play 10 years in the NFL, hey, I'm going to do the best that I can to help you do that. So it's kind of where that came from, is just taking my experiences. What have I learned, both from the positive and negative? I always tell kids, any situation that you're going through, more than likely I can relate to that. I had to transfer. I've been injured. I've been benched. I've been in the NFL. I've been in the CFL. I've gotten cut. Every single thing you've gone through, I can relate and give you perspective, not only on the field, but off the field. So I just love being a resource for these kids. And honestly, man, there is nothing more fulfilling than seeing kids reach their goals and accomplish their dreams. Like having kids go out and get Division I scholarships and go accomplish that goal. I remember what that meant for me. So that's why I'm so passionate about it. And I'll give a shout out to Trey Anderson. I know you know Trey. Cam, I don't know if you do, but man, he does a fantastic job too. And it's been extremely fun being on this journey with him and what we've started to build with Ground Up Quarterback. And there's a lot more to be done, a lot more growing to do. And I think we're just getting started.
Yeah, Chris, it's just so awesome to see you get back like this. And you're right, you've been through every situation. I mean, that's got to be like, if a quick kid hits you with the question, you're like, oh, I got something. I got a story for that. Come here. Listen, right?
Yeah. And that's it. Like, that's why I've been sharing all of my stories on social media, because a lot of people don't really know what it looks like to be a professional football player, to be a quarterback. They just see, football's unique, right? You play 16 games, maybe. They might see you 16 times a year. What do you do in the other 340 days a year?
Or so that's not at all, right? Like if you didn't play, or if you didn't start.
That's right. Maybe not.
So.
And a lot of times, as you get to higher and higher levels, you're not starting. So how do you stay ready? What's your mental process? What are you doing when nobody's watching? Because eventually you're going to get your opportunity. And man, I could go on and on for days about the stories that I have that have validated all of those mindset things that I share with kids now. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's something I'm super passionate about, and we've been able to help a lot of kids, and I'm looking forward to helping more.
Yeah, Chili, like he talks about some stories. I'm looking at his IG here. It's like what it's like to learn an NFL playbook. When I played a Thursday night game with 7 hours notice. He's talking about LSU. He's all kinds of stuff. What we got here? He said,
the kids love it. The kids love it when I bring out the NFL playbook, man, because they see that thing is this thick, and it's like, because I always tell them, I'm like, you guys got to lock in mentally. Like right now, you might be the best kid in the state. You might be the best quarterback. You might be the best quarterback in college, but there's going to be a day where you're not just the most talented guy. And what separates those guys as you get to higher levels is this. Are you a good decision maker? Are you decisive? Can you process information? Can you bounce back from a bad day, from a bad game? How do you handle adversity? That's the stuff that matters. So I love bringing out that playbook and just talking to them about like, hey, you guys might think you have it all down, but when coach gives you a playbook this thick and says, hey, you better know this by tomorrow, you might not even be getting practice reps. Are you going to be able to handle that? And so it always hits home for them. And again, all those stories, man, playing a Thursday night game, prime time, national television with 7 hours notice. I hadn't played for 15 weeks. Have you been working hard? Because there's no
about to find out, right? About to find out.
You got 7 hours, brother. The hay's in the barn at that point, right? So what have you been doing? And you know, for me, I had a process to stay ready and stay prepared. And that's why I was able to have success and stick around as long as I did. I was never the most talented guy, but I worked hard and I tried to capitalize on the God-given abilities that I did have.
You know, he's right. The playbook. I mean, listen, colleges, you can do all the signals you want. High schools, you can do all the signals. You can have code words for this and that. But in the NFL, it just becomes so specific. And it's like learning another language. And the amount of studying, Chris, that you have to do. That's the part I don't think people understand with what you guys do at the NFL level. Like they just see it sometimes. Oh, they go to practice, they get paid, they do this. But I'm sure there were plenty of times where you're putting in hours and hours of just sitting there by yourself, reading, highlighting, circling, turning the page, doing this over and over again, and going back and forth. That's the part that nobody sees.
That's exactly right. And you hit it on the head. It's like learning a language, right? And football's football, right? A lot of people are running the same place, but how do you articulate that? How do you get to different places? And as a quarterback, it's extremely important that I understand how to articulate that because I'm the one communicating. If I step into the huddle and I don't know what's going on, well, these guys sure as heck aren't going to know what's going on.
They're going to look at you crazy. They're going to be like,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it's one of those things where you have to have a process, you know, getting cut and bouncing around. Sometimes you're in a new building in the middle of the season and you better pick that playbook up immediately because if you go out to practice and you don't know, it's on you. So I always had a interesting way of learning playbooks, especially after I got out of Arizona, because Arizona was spread offense, Cliff Kingsbury, a lot of signals, no huddle. Then I got into the West Coast offense, and anybody that knows anything about the West Coast offense, very verbiage heavy. So you might have a play call that's like 15 to 20 words. You might hear it once. Maybe you can say, give it to me again. But at that point, it's like, all right, you got to go out there and say it, right? So what I would do is I would go through the script for practice, the plays we were going to run. I would run through the script. I would read the play as if coach was saying it to me in my head, and I would record a voice note of me doing that. So I'd read the play, I would pause, and then I'd move on to the next play. And I'd do that for the whole script. And so after I did that, before I went to bed, I'd be laying in bed listening to the plays. Hey, you know, West right, F, blah, 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 blah. And then I'd say the play back just like coach was going to say it to me. So I'd get a practice of, okay, how do I want to say this? What emphasis do I want to put on certain words, right? How do I actually emphasize what's important on this play? And that's how I got really good at saying plays and being able to hear something once. Because by the time I got into practice, coach would get halfway through the play and I already knew what play it was because I had heard it and said it so many times. And so, again, something I try to preach to these young kids is like, you might have it now, but there's going to be a time where you really have to study and take this seriously because it becomes a job. And at the end of the day, you got to take ownership of your process.
Man, hey, Streveler, I got a question. I got to ask you. I'm curious because the Cardinals look like they have the best quarterback room in the NFL right now with Brissett, who, by the way,
don't leave with Beck. Don't leave with Beck.
And I absolutely love Beck. I am a huge Beck fan.
You and the rest of the Valley, apparently.
Camel vouch for that early on. I was a huge Beck fan. What are your thoughts on what's taking place the first two games? Because by the time you get on Sunday night, it might change because they have a game on Saturday.
Yeah, no, it's been very exciting. I think seeing the preseason and the way those quarterbacks have gone out and play has been super impressive. And I think one aspect that maybe gets overlooked a lot of times in the NFL is how important coaching is. Coaching is so important. Look, all these guys are talented, man. All these guys, for the most part, can read defenses, can make all the throws. how are they being coached? It really makes a difference. And we forget so many times because these guys are professionals and they're grown-ups and adults, but it really matters. And I think we're seeing that happen with the Cardinals right now is those guys' success is a product of how they're being coached, how well they understand the system, the positions they're being put in. Look, it's 2 games into the preseason. It's base day one install, vanilla offense. But what you want to see is clean operation, great communication and execution. And that's what we've been seeing. And there's been a lot of hype about Carson Beck, after the Hall of Fame game and things like that. And I was impressed. I loved it. I think a lot of people were impressed. We got to pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah.
You're seeing man coverage. You're seeing cover 3. You're not really getting any overload pressures, any really exotic looks on defense. But what you love to see is him playing in rhythm, him being decisive with the football, great accuracy, good location on the ball. So that's the positive that you love to see. But at the end of the day, I don't think people should be saying, hey, let's start this guy over Jacoby, right? There may be a time in the season where
I didn't say that. I didn't
I've
say
been hearing
that.
though. Yeah.
You didn't say that? Are you
No,
sure, Chili?
I said at some point, hey, run the tape back, Cam. At some point during the season, Beck is going to get his opportunity to start games and grab some wins. I'm taking the over, by the way, on Cardinals victories.
I would take the over too.
Well, and I agree with you because at the end of the day, looking at the Cardinals, okay, we would all love for the Cardinals to make a push for the playoffs, right?
Correct.
I think we can all agree that that's probably a long shot. But looking at this next draft class, this is one of the deepest quarterback draft classes in a long time. And there's a chance the Cardinals are going to have potentially a top 10 pick. So you do have to understand, hey, is Carson Beck going to be able to be the guy moving forward? If we feel that way, then great. Let's use that pick on something else that we can supplement. If not, then we'll have the ability to draft a guy in the first round pretty early, maybe even be able to move up and really go get a guy that we love. So I do agree from that standpoint that moving forward, him getting some playing time this year is going to be super important so they can understand what they have to do in the draft next year.
Chris,
right,
real quick,
hey.
I want to get your thoughts on the Jeremiah Love situation. Listen, at some point, rookies you got to practice football, and fans are up in arms about he got 14 touches in a meaningless preseason game. It was probably going to be his only action the entire preseason. Now he's got a high ankle sprain. Your thoughts on them giving him that many opportunities in a game that doesn't count? My opinion, listen, he's a young kid. He's a rookie. You got to get in there at some point.
Yes, you got to get your feet wet. And at the end of the day, you'd love to see him get his feet wet in, I don't want to say a meaningless game, but in the grand scheme of things, that is going to be meaningless for his career. And I think you hit it on the head that, hey, let's give him some more touches here in the first real preseason game outside of the Hall of Fame game. And then let's taper down. Let's taper down because God forbid something like this happens. Now he's got 4 weeks till the regular season. He's going to be good. You don't want to risk that happening in the last preseason game where now you're missing the first 3 weeks of the season. So I actually like the plan of let's go a little bit heavier in this game and then taper down because you want to get those reps. You want to get some of the jitters out. And I'll say this, I liked what I saw. He looked shifty, dude. He looked good. Like I saw some tweets saying like he looked like AP. And again, we're gassing it up a little bit. We're really excited. Hey, I'm just saying what I saw. Okay, that was not my tweet.
Hold on, y'all killed me for my early love for Beck, and then y'all just jumped out here into my office talking about Jeremiah Love as AP.
Chili, listen. When you spot a Lamborghini on the street, you don't just be like, you point it out. You're like, oh, hey, that's a nice car. Guess what? Oh man, that's a nice car.
It looked smooth, man. It looked shifty.
It's been a long time since the Cardinals have had a running back that looked like that. I just say that.
Hey, Chris, I'm gonna let you go on this one. I am curious. High school football players, quarterbacks. You work with a lot of them, and I know that you watch a lot of them. Are there any that you work with, or maybe that you don't work with, that you are super excited to see? Whether it's like a Will Menzel, or a Jack Scully coming back over at Hamilton, or a Caden Schluter type. Like, who are you excited to see go crazy this year?
Yeah, I mean, I know all three of those guys. So we used to work with Will when he was young and a freshman, and man, just to see the way that he's developed has been amazing and doing some great things at Chandler. Been working really closely with Jack Scully as well the last couple of years. It's unfortunate that we both have gone through ACLs at the same time, but it's been positive that we've been able to kind of been be with each other through that process and giving him my perspective and all that. And man, he looks good. He just keeps getting better and better. The arm strength is great, and the feet,
Incredible arm talent.
the arm's crazy, and the feet are getting cleaner and cleaner. That's always been the thing that we've been talking about. I've known him since he was like an 8th grader, and now that his feet are clean, the consistency's going up, the ball placement's fantastic, and the arm talent's crazy. And you also mentioned Caden Schluter. I'll give him a shout out too, because I think he's a guy that a lot of people maybe don't know about, are sleeping on. He was also injured last year with the ACL, but you want to talk about got a guy who can spin the football. And his release is crazy fast. Like, I think he could have a really, really good year. Now he's a little bit vertically challenged. He's a little bit shorter, but I'll tell you what, man, he can sling the football around, and I've always been a fan of that kid. And he's worked really, really hard. I mean, his feet have gotten really clean. His arm path is nice. So I'm excited for all 3 of those guys this year.
Yes, man. I love Caden Schluter. I think he's a stud. I watched him when he was a freshman over there at Chandler, and to see what he's turning into right now. I just left the scrimmage from Higley Hamilton, and I think that he's solid. His release is insane, and I think that he's going to be a good one. He's going to be a steal for somebody.
He broke the Hamilton freshman the Chandler freshman passing record his freshman year at Chandler. I mean,
dude.
How did he look in the scrimmage?
He looked solid. He was getting it out quick. I think I saw them throw 1 touchdown. I watched 1 touchdown from Higley. I saw 1 touchdown from Hamilton. Jax wasn't playing. But just so people have an idea how big that Chandler freshman record really is, I don't know, Jacob Conover played freshman football over there. Who else? Bryce Perkins played freshman football over there. Who else? Brett Hundley played freshman football over there.
Yep.
One of your esteemed co-hosts, Cam. So like, I just need perspective, right? Perspective is everything. So I just need people to understand that, like, while Caden was breaking a freshman football record, that's not no typical freshman football record. Thanks, Chris, so much. Having you on was a blast.
Hey, let's do this. Let's do this again, man. This is fun. You guys are all
sure.
We do this every Monday. Chris, Chelly, and I, we just wanted a place where we could talk and kind of just go, you know what I mean? And so we've been doing this now. I think this is 51 weeks in a row, minus the episode that I forgot to record on a Monday, which was my fault. That he reminds me of weekly.
He got benched that following week.
Like, hand up, I'll be better. I got to be better. I hear you.
Yeah. And so it's tough like that. And so, man, we appreciate it. We appreciate you joining us. Real quick, rice, ground turkey, Tums, is that the pregame meal?
No, dude, that was the offensive lineman I was interviewing. So that's my boy. We go on vacation every year, and I was like, I like to ask guys about their pregame meal. And he just said his heartburn's crazy. So we were laughing about how he's just crushing Tums pregame.
Good to know. Good to know. By the way, everybody at home, Chris will be on 12 Sports Locker Room this Sunday and 12 Sports tonight. Like I said, I got the whiteboard over there. We're going to dissect the Cowboy games. We're going to get him yelling about plays, get him on the whiteboard, Chris. We're super excited. This is interesting because I was going to call you like tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm going to call you tomorrow. We'll chat about this weekend, but it's great to see your face, man, and then fired up for this weekend.
Hey, give me a shout, man.
Sunday night, Streveler gonna cook.
Oh!
Come on, baby. Come on.
Maybe
I like that.
I like that. I like that.
Like that a lot.
Chris, appreciate the time, buddy.
Hey. See you guys. We'll do this again. See ya.
Yeah, there we go. How cool is that? Former Cardinals quarterback Chris Streveler played in the CFL, local QB coach.
No. Grey Cup champion in
That's
the
true.
CFL. Calm down.
That's true.
And,
all right,
and my man flexing with the Dreamer shirt. Shout out to my guy David Radsick for putting on like that. So
all right, I don't know how much time we got left. And,
we got about 10 minutes, and we're going to wrap this thing up with a 10 minutes of Tana Donut talk with my guy, the one and only, the content king for Arizona State. The one and only DevilsDigest.com. Hold Rabino. Holler at your boy. What's going on?
What up? What up?
No, see, what up, Hode? First of all, Chili, no. We're not going to talk about Camp T because we had news today. We had news that we all expected. Okay. I don't know if we knew it was coming, Hode, right? Kenny Dillingham narrowed it down to 2 quarterbacks. Cutter Boley.
Oh, we knew.
Keene. We knew. Your thoughts on what Kenny said today and the competition so far?
Yeah, like I said, Cam, I mean, there really wasn't any big shocker at all to have those 2 veterans set themselves apart from the other 2 quarterbacks. I really think it still is Cutter Boley's position to lose. I thought that even when Paul Camp started, nothing I've seen until now would make me change my mind. So I would expect by the end of the week at the latest that Cutter Boley is going to be named the starter, but I think the coaches still want to see a little more from Mikey Keene. Still want to see from Cutter Boley if he can be consistent in his performance. But I would be very surprised if Cutter Boley is not going to be named the starter sooner rather than later.
Are you
Keene has
impressed
looked
with Cutter?
incredible though.
Are you impressed
Go
with
ahead.
Cutter? Oh,
Yeah, I really am. I think that he's somebody that does take care of the ball. Kenny Dillingham said himself, he only had 3 interceptions all throughout fall camp, and one of them is because a wide receiver cramped mid route, and that's why the interception happened. But I do like his quick release. I do like his decision making. I do like his athleticism. Cam, you were with me there on Saturday, 6'5" and all. The guy has wheels, and that is
yeah.
something
All of a
that
sudden, he started picking up those legs fast, and I was like, oh, okay, gallop there,
exactly.
buddy. Yeah,
Exactly. We're getting some Brock Osweiler flashbacks there. But I feel that he does really have a lot of the qualities that Kenny Dillingham is looking in a quarterback. Don't forget that when Kenny Dillingham was at Oregon, he did recruit Cutter Boley. So it's not like, he's some kind of mystery for Kenny Dillingham or anything like that. This is a quarterback that Kenny Dillingham did target once he knew Sam Levitt is not going to return. And I think so far, Cutter Boley is really repaying him with some good play. Started out spring practice on a slow note. There's no doubting that. But I thought the latter half of spring practice, we saw a lot of progress, and that continues in fall camp. So I definitely do like what I see from Cutter Boley. He is definitely not the lesser of all evils once he's going to be named the starting quarterback.
Hode, I do got a question though. Keene has looked incredible though. He's savvy, brings the experience, has that je ne sais quoi that you look for in a quarterback. Like this is closer than people think.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say Cutter Boley by a country mile. I would agree.
I don't think it's closer than people think, Chili.
I think it is.
I wish it was, because that's how much I think of Mikey. But Cutter Boley is here for a reason. And
yeah, look, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Mikey Keene has been awful at fall camp or mediocre at best. But I think Cutter Boley is really winning the job outright. I think the things that are really hurting Mikey Keene is, even though he's a shorter quarterback, 5'11", his athleticism, his mobility is not really at a high level. And I feel, that when you're a quarterback of that stature, like Fafita, for example, you need to have some wheels on you. And when you don't, that really by default makes you even more of a pocket quarterback, even more of a signal caller that really can't throw off platform. If you're 6'5", maybe you can get away with that. And then Cutter Boley is plenty athletic, so he can get out of the pocket and make plays. But I think we know when you at the stature of Mikey Keene, and you're not really that athletic, and your arm strength is not as good as the other quarterbacks, I think ultimately those are traits that are hurting Mikey Keene's chances winning the starting job. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think anybody's going to shed a tear or be in panic mode if Mikey Keene's going to be entering the game. It's just that the game plan then is going to be
a little different,
tailored, to what Mikey Keene can do. It's going to look different from what they're expecting Cutter Boley to do when he's behind center. But again, I do feel like Cutter Boley did win this job fair and square.
All right, with that wide receiving core that they got over there, with my guy Raiden, with Amarion, all those guys over there. If this is first to 40 wins, ASU's absolutely running the table. Talk to me about how good this wide receiving core really is, because I talked to Jalen Strong, and he told me that Arizona State is in fact wide receiver U.
Yeah, Jalen Strong obviously has a lot of credibility, so I would listen to what he has to say. But I think throughout fall camp, we saw Marion Miller. We saw Reed Harris. Reed Harris being a very physical target out there. Raiden Vines-Bright. Even for a slot receiver, they have a guy 6'1", 6'2". The stature of Raiden Vines-Bright. That's something really impressive. But look, at the same time, you can't forget about the reserves, because I think guys like Jaron Hamilton, Jalen Moss have really stepped up. Ryan Elms, you know him, Chili. He has been. He had a pretty good spring and fall camp. He's really to take it to the next level. Tristan Bacon, by the way, another local guy that I'm just seeing as a linebacker, a guy that I'm seeing just really the same trajectory. This first year, last year was trying to fill things out, having a solid spring, and fall camp really taking off. But I think the wide receiver group is definitely a very, very impressive group. Still have a guy like Derek Eusebio trying to get back from injury. Michael Butter Tollefson, doesn't get that many chances, but when he does, he really maximizes each and every opportunity. So I really do like the wide receiver group that the ASU has, and I almost feel like it doesn't even matter who's going to be behind center because you got so many capable weapons around you, and that is something that you didn't have last year. Was Jordan Tyson robust?
Yeah, I want to see them do it in games. That's the biggest thing. I want to see them do it in games. A lot of talent, but I want to see the quarterback spread it around. We got about 4 minutes left. Chile, you got I had a quick question. So go ahead.
I know people have been hounding me and asking me. Wednesday will probably be the first practice that I get out to. The defense, quality or question mark?
No,
what is
quality?
It really is quality.
Okay.
Cam and I can attest on Saturday. Sure, the offense wasn't that great at all in the red zone, but man, that defense does not make things easy on anybody. I just really love the depth at defensive line, linebackers, secondary is crazy deep, especially at safety and nickel. Even cornerbacks are starting to see a lot of depth. I've talked a lot to you guys about the talent evaluation skills of this staff. They really are next level. I mean, think about since Kenny Dillingham got hired, how many true whiffs, and I mean a true whiff, that this team had getting somebody out of the transfer portal.
Not many.
You really have to think long and hard. There's guys that just did not pan out at all. You think a guy was going to be a starter too deep and wasn't even a fourth team. That really doesn't happen. And basically, you had one starter, CJ Fight, another quasi starter, I guess, in Boogie Wilson coming back from last year's defense. And this side of the ball has not missed a beat. I have been so impressed. Brian Ward, the defensive coordinator, does a great job. He has a great staff around him. I've been really, really impressed with the defense. And I've been telling my subscribers, say, look, I'm not saying that you should be happy about what the offense achieved on Saturday at Camp D scrimmage, because obviously there were some sore spots, very uncharacteristic turnovers, very uncharacteristic penalties, both of them happening in the red zone. But ultimately, you have to give credit to the defense because they were playing exceptional on Saturday. They've been playing exceptional all fall camp. This is a very, very special group. And I'm telling you right now, on August 17th, there's going to be one or two wins that you're going to look back at in the 2026 season and say, you know what? The offense wasn't that great, but defense brought it home. Defense secured it. And it happened a lot in 2024, by the way. Great as you had Cam Scadaboo, Sam Levitt, Jordan Tyson, but that defense did bail out ASU on more than one occasion. So I'm really, really excited to see what this defense can do, and I think fans should be excited too.
Hode Rabino, Devil's Digest. We appreciate the time. Hode, listen, out the door. I know you broke the news today that the football facility will not be named after Chili. So his donation
gotta pay.
Yeah, it just didn't cut it. They were like, they looked at the check and they were like, you know what, Chili, we can do just Chili's Flight Club, or we could do this. It just I'm sorry, Chili. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, Hode, right? It just wasn't enough. So
I'm sure Chili one of these days is going to give it to a worthy cause.
Yeah,
that's going to have a warm part in our heart. It's not going to be a lot of bells and whistles.
Yeah, no.
Just something small, but something meaningful.
Man, see, Hode and I are on the same page. Hode Rabino, appreciate the time, buddy. Good to see you.
Thanks, guys.
Hode would always be hating on me though, so it's all good.
No, he's not hating.
I love Hode. That's my dog.
It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to get you.
I'm working it out. See, the way my finances work, Cam, I'm working this thing out. All right.
I got to check into the savings, take 3 business days.
Yeah. Listen, hey, everybody tune in, Chili's Two-Piece. I got some breaking stuff going on. I'm going to show some love to one of the other guys in the Valley that's doing some big things and has big things coming. But Cam, I'll let you take it away and wrap this thing up like a Christmas present.
Listen, tomorrow, you, me, myself, and Adam Beadle together on the desk. You can watch us Friday night, our Friday Night Fever season 37 premiere, the preview show. We'll get you ready for the year. We'll get you ready for it at 11:35. Friday Night Fever is back for another year, and we're excited to get the band back together. So here we go.
Two of us will be in collared shirts. One of us probably won't. I'll let you guess who.
You're not gonna wear a suit. You're not gonna wear a suit. You better wear a suit. You're not gonna wear a suit.
All the lights stay on me. I treat the game like Wall Street. If not, it am times 10 with the benefits. Don't time is now.